In this tutorial, we want to draw this melon in Inkscape. I'm using Inkscape 1.0. So the first thing we do is to go for our circle and ellipse tool and go to Shift and Control, and we draw a circle. Now we already give the circle a green color. So we choose this color for the time being, and then the next thing we would need is an ellipse. So go for again to the circle and ellipse tool and draw an ellipse, and the ellipse, give it this color, give it a lighter green color. So maybe we choose this color here. I think that stuff works nicely. Now bring it here and then make sure that it fits nicely into what you want to draw. So make it, if it's smaller or bigger, adjust it so that it hits the boundary of the circle you've drawn. Now the next thing is to do a duplicate of this. So with this already selected, go to edit and then we do duplicates. Now the duplicates, give it this color here. We minimize the size of the duplicates by going to Shift Control on your keyboard and moving this in a little bit like this. Now select this circle, the light green circle, and do a duplicate as well. So go to edit, duplicate. Now with this already selected, go to Shift and select as well the bigger circle and go to path, and then we go to difference. What we've done is that we've cut this a bit. If you can see here, I bring it back. Now the next thing we want is to detach the top parts completely. So go to path, break apart. Now click outside first of all, and then just remove this, and then we delete it. We don't need it. Now we can already do our seeds for the watermelon. So we just go for our circle tool again and draw something little like this, like a seed, and then give it a brown color, any dark brown color you like. I choose this, or you can choose this as well. Now with this selected, let me see what I drew actually. Yeah, I think it's okay. Now with this selected, go to, no, first we have to change this to path. Go to path, object to path, because what we are doing, we need a path operation. Now go to path effects, and this dialog box open it by going to plus. This pops up and choose rotate copies. So if you press it, it rotates copies, and then I have 6 in my entry. Whatever you have in, just first of all, let's lift this here, but we need to see what we are doing. So I would use the magnifying glass to make this a bit bigger for you to see, and change, maybe first I shouldn't have changed the color. Change the color to a very light something, and then we go for our node, edit node, path by nodes tool. You see we have this handles here. The right one here helps you to move it, and this one here helps you to open it up like this. So open it up something like that. Also you can also let's move it actually. So as it's open like this, just you can also select it with your selection tool. Now I make it smaller. I go for this and then go to right click to make everything a bit smaller so we can see what we are doing. Now we can even change this color again back to the brown Then let's move this here. Now let's increase. You can also, for it to go to the exact center, you can also come here and enable snapping, and then come here and do snap other points, and then you snap center of object, or and also you can snap an item's rotation center, and then so that when you are placing this, it gets to the center. So select this again. This is already selected. Go to edit and then go to duplicate, and then we have a duplicate, and the duplicate, we pick it up again. We can pick it up with this. Let's make a lot first. We go here and increase 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, or we have 17. Okay, that's okay. We go with this, and then we pick it up like this and extend it. You see, you can extend it when you move this in. You can move this out, in, out. So I think use that rather, because we want the C's not to be bigger generally. So just move it out a bit, and after you pick it and place it, and then we go for our selection tool and then move it somewhere here like this. I think this is good. Or we can, if it's too big, I don't know, if it looked very big, you can go to Shift Control and make it a bit smaller. Yes, I think this is okay. Maybe I can also increase this a bit for it to have more seats. Maybe we can also even increase this a bit. Okay, I think this is good. If you think it's too even, you can select it as usual with the edit and notes tool and manipulate it. You see this handle on top here, you can move it, you can adjust it, but I think we are good. I like what we've done so far. I think we leave it as it is. And then now the next thing I would want to do is to do these designs out here. So we go for our, let's go for the freehand lines, so that it's not really smooth. Okay, we use that, and then we use this create regular Bezier parts. So this one and create regular Bezier parts, just do some design, like draw some straight things that looks like when you buy watermelon, you see these marks there. Just do some, yes, something like this. You don't need to increase the smoothing, because in the watermelon, it's not really, the watermelon that we normally take is not really smooth, the design out there. That's why I did not put any smoothing in it. It looks ragged, but I think afterwards it will look nice. Just draw something there, and then we come for our selection to go to Shift. We select everything that we have drawn, and then we give it this a darker color. So maybe we give it this color here. Yes, I think it's too dark. This one is better. Okay, and then go to Objects, Fill and Stroke, and then toggle up and down until you get the stroke. This dialog box here, go to Stroke. I want to remove the stroke because so that it looks something like this. You can, if you don't like what you did, you can just move these around. I think this, I don't like this one is too long. I delete it and just do a duplicate of this and repeat it. Now I want to put a bit, maybe I distort this a bit. I think I have the impression it looks too round. Just pull it to the left a bit and right. and like this, so that it looks a bit like this. Okay, pull it like that. I think it's better. If it's too round, it looks like a ring, so just distort it a bit like this. I think this is better. Now the next thing we want to do is to let's put a little bit of gradient in. I think if not, we can also leave it as it is, but let's try a gradient. We are already here. Go here, select the red thing and go to radial gradient. Don't worry about the change of color suddenly, and then go to create and edit gradient. Now select this hole here. You see this thing here, select the center hole, and then let's give it this color here. Yes, let's give it a bit, and then double click on this, on the gradient, and give it another boost of the. We continue like that. Oops, I think that was too much, but anyway, we continue and see what will come out of this. I think we are good. I would, and then the outside we leave it lighter. We want the inside to be, let's put this color here more or less, so that the inside is a bit stronger, but I think this is too strong. Yes, I think this is better. You see, for the outside to have a bit of light color like this. Yes, I think this looks better. So what I did was that I drew points here and here. Towards the side I gave them very light colors a bit, and towards the inside you use this color more or less, so that it's like it's not really uniform. I think it should be, because normally watermelon, it's not totally uniform, but the outside is a bit not it's a bit lighter, like whitish in the green. I think we are good. Let's see what we've done so far. I think it looks like a watermelon more or less. Thank you for watching. Please help me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye.